All right, got it. All right. Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Connected Warriors Yoga, also sponsored by the West Palm VA. Let's start out with the essential props. If you have a strap, highly recommended. Otherwise, a towel or a belt comes in very handy. A block if you need to bring the mat up to you, and some water is always good for hydration. Last of all, a pillow if you would like to rest when you place your chest on your lap. The things that I like to stress is that if you're in a wheelchair, the wheels are locked. If you're in pain during any of this practice, back away from it. If you're uncomfortable, you can breathe through it. Today's class, I would like to stress breathing. And in breathing, I'd like to call your attention to the amount or the volume of air that exists in your lungs. At most times, whether you're inhaling or exhaling, it's going to be about 80%. So with that in mind, I'd like you to experiment and just take a big inhale. And at the end of that inhale, see if you can just add a little more volume to your lungs. So you take that big inhale, and then you go and take a gulp. Get a little extra air. Notice that your ribs will expand and your shoulders may expand. Then on the same token, we're going to exhale and completely exhale. And then you're feeling your belly button pull towards your spine. See if you can exhale just a little bit more. It's almost like in a gas station, you go to fill up your car, the gas meter kicks off, and you can always squeeze a little bit more in there. That's the philosophy I would like to work on today. All right, with that in mind, let's come to a comfortable seated position. Walk your sitting bones out, if it's available to you, into the middle of your seat, hands on your knees or holding on, anchoring into your chair. Eyes open, closed, it's your choice. Focus on your breath. Inhaling through the nose to the count of 4 and exhaling to the same count. Maybe you want to set an intention for today's practice. Perfectly up to you. Just become aware of what's happening as you inhale. Your belly, ribs, and chest will expand. And then as you exhale, they relax. Your chest, your ribs, and your belly just relaxes. If you had your eyes closed, slowly begin to open your eyes and raise your gaze on up to the ceiling as you inhale up. And here's where I would like you to incorporate that extra little bit of air. Inhaling up, and then you go for the extra air and feel how it affects the rest of your body, your chest and your ribs specifically. Then exhale, bring your chin to your chest, belly button to spine, and then see if you can expel just a little bit more air, bringing that belly button closer to the spine. Inhale up. Keep practicing that little extra token of breath. As you get up, you take a little extra breath here, pushing out the belly, pushing out the chest. Exhale, chin to chest. Give that little extra exhalation of air. Come to a neutral gaze, and on the inhale, raise both arms along with your eyes up towards the ceiling. And now get that extra little punch in there as you reach up and expel a little extra air. On the exhale, turn your palms away from each other and let your hands float down alongside your hips. And just as your hands arrive by your hips, you think you're all out of air, give it that little extra to get rid of that extra volume of air. Only if it's available to you at any time. You do not have to do this. These are only suggestions. Inhale, back up. Allow your arms to go all the way up. Then as you fill up with all that air, so you can get a little bit more air in there. Reaching up maybe a little higher. Remember that this is yoga and there is no destination. We're floating our hands back down towards our hips. And we get an extra little punch of air out. All right, we're going to move into some cat-cows first. So place your hands on your knees or anchor into your chair alongside with your hands. Inhale, gaze up, draw your chest out, your belly out. You gaze up. Exhale into your cat pose, straightening your arms, rounding your back, and bringing your belly button to spine. Inhale for cow pose. Feel the curve in your back just gradually moving into a sway back. Exhale into your cat pose. Now you round your spine. Bring your belly button to your spine. You can put that extra punch of air out. Inhale into our cow pose. Take an extra gulp of air if it's available to you. And exhale into your cat pose. And back to a neutral gaze. Inhale, extend your arms and your gaze all the way up to the ceiling. On the exhale, bring your left hand down alongside your left hip. Lock into your seat if it's available to you, if you choose to do so. And then we're going to swing that right arm out on the diagonal. Press into your hips. We're exhaling out, reaching all the way out. Maybe you pull your left shoulder back. Make sure you're secure in your seat. Press those sitting bones down. Press into your feet, the soles of your feet, if it's available to you. And only if you can do it safely, lift your left hand back behind you. And breathe here. This is a nice long stretch for the right side of the body. Inhale, coming back to your seated, secure position. Pulling your shoulders back. Next, inhale, both hands up to the ceiling along with your gaze. Reach up, press down with your sitting bones and root in with your feet. On the exhale, the right hand comes down alongside your right hip, locking into your chair, your seat. And then we're going to take that left arm and guide it down along or out to the right side at a 45-degree angle. Press that left arm away. You're reaching out. Reach and press down with your feet and your sitting bones so you're nice and secure in your seat. If it's available to you, extend your right arm back. You're releasing your grip you had on the seat and pressing the right arm back, drawing the right shoulder back, left shoulder forward, and a nice stretch on the left side of the body. Inhale, slowly come on back to your seated pose. And let's take a strap or a belt or a towel, whatever you have. And we're going to grab the strap a little bit wider than our shoulders. Comfortable distance for you. Inhale and raise the strap over your head. Now you might have to release your hands and give it a little more length in terms of distance as you extend the strap beyond your head, bringing your shoulder blades closer together, opening the front of your chest, looking up at the ceiling. Just breathe here. Work with that breath. Inhale, and then take that extra gulp if it's available. And then exhale. Punch that extra air out. Feel your shoulders sink down a little deeper in the pose. So hold on to the pose. Now, on the inhale, bring your arms straight up over your head and hinge or bend over to your right side. Using your right hand to pull the left arm straight up towards the ceiling and allow the right arm to draw down towards the right, towards the mat. Nice stretch on the left side of your body. Inhale, back up to center. And exhale, over to the left side, using the left hand to draw you deeper into the pose, drawing that right arm straight up. Push the right arm straight up towards the ceiling. Press down on your sitting bones and root down with your feet. At all times, you want to stay secure in your seat. At any time, back away or out of the pose if you're in pain. Uncomfortable, you can breathe through it. Coming back to center. Bringing the strap in front of us. And just slowly. Bentley can't use the strap, so he wants to leave. All right. All right, buddy. Didn't mean to do that to you. That's my little dog. He likes to do yoga with us. All right, we're still holding onto a strap and we have a wide grip. While we're here, we're just going to twist over to the left side while we're seated in our chair. So we're getting a little twist here, using that left hand to draw us deeper in the pose. The right hand is resisting going into the twist. Inhale back to center. Breathe here. Press down on your sitting bones. Exhale. Let's go over to the right side. As we breathe here, the right hand is pulling the left, and the left hand is resisting. Breathe into the stretch. And a nice twist. Twisting out those organs that are hiding behind the ribs. Inhale back to center. We're going to put the strap down for a while as we move into a seated twist. Inhale, extend your arms all the way up. Take that extra bit of air. And now exhale. Float your hands down behind your back. Grabbing onto the chair. On the same side of the chair, right on the right side. Inhale and place your right hand on top of your left knee and exhale, twist, looking out over your left shoulder. You're holding on to the chair with your left hand. Just breathe here. Work, play with your breath. Inhale and relax. And then exhale. Move a little deeper. Squeeze out those organs. Get that extra bit of air in there as you inhale. And get rid of that stale air as you exhale. With your next inhale, just bring your gaze over your right shoulder. Continue to press into your sitting bones as you lengthen your spine, drawing the crown of your head up towards the ceiling. With your next inhale, releasing out of the pose, bringing both hands all the way up to the ceiling. Gaze follows. Pressing down on your sitting bones. Exhale, release both hands down alongside your hips. Reach back and grab the back of the chair. And then with both hands, now release the left hand, place it on your right knee. Inhale, find length in your spine. Get that extra bit of air. And now exhale, twist, looking out over your right shoulder. Here's where you work with your breath. Inhale and just peel away a little bit of the banana. Exhale, and you can move deeper into the pose if you would like. Your choice, your practice. Squeeze out those organs. Get some fresh air, fresh oxygen, fresh blood in those vital organs behind the ribs. With your next inhale, just bring your gaze over your left shoulder. Just your gaze. You're staying in the pose. You're pressing down on your sitting bones. Feel the feet root into the mat, drawing the crown of the head up towards the ceiling. With your next inhale, we're going to release out of the pose and bring both hands all the way up towards the ceiling, followed by our gaze. Exhale, release our hands down to our knees or alongside our hips. Maybe take a drink of water. Shake it out, whatever you feel comfortable on. Rotate those shoulders. We've been giving them a little bit of a workout. Coming back to a seated staff pose. Hands on your knees or alongside your hips. And breathe. With the next inhale, press into the sole of your right foot and lift your left foot off the mat about 3 inches. Now see if you can raise that left knee all the way up. Continue to keep that spine straight. Wrap your hands around your left knee. Give it a little assistance in drawing that left knee towards your chest. Flex your left foot. Press into the sole of your right foot. Keep your spine straight. Exhale, we're going to release that left knee and let the left foot come back down. On the next inhale, press into your left foot, raise your right foot 3 inches off the mat. With your next inhale, raise that right knee towards your chest. Wrap your hands around your right knee. Give it a little assistance coming closer to your chest. Just breathe here. Exhale, we're going to release that right foot down. On the inhale, lift the left leg or the left foot off the mat 3 inches or approximately 3 inches. Press into the sole of your right foot. Now extend your left leg straight out in front of you. Point your toes on the left foot back towards your shoulders. See if you can straighten that left leg out. Exhale, release that left leg back in. Inhale, raise the right foot off the mat, approximately 3 inches. You're pressing down on the sole of the left foot. Inhale and extend that right leg straight out in front of you and point the toes on the right foot back towards your shoulders. Inhale, bring that right foot in. Extend both feet out to the side edges of your mat. Inhale, extend your arms all the way up to the ceiling. Take that extra little bit of air. See if you get a little bit deeper in the pose. On the exhale, we're going to fold over, pressing down into our sitting bones, and slowly coming down halfway, reaching out. Now with the rest of the exhale, see if you can reach out a little further without jeopardizing your sitting position. Inhale, exhale, continue on your journey all the way down. If you're using a block to bring the mat up to you, use a block. Bring your hands down to the center. Now bring your chin to your chest and breathe here. Press those sitting bones back and away. Inhale, gaze forward towards the front of the mat. You're looking at a flat back right now. You can bring your hands up to your shins, your knees. Just keep the back flat. Breathe into it. Exhale, bring your hands back down to your block, into the center of the mat. Walk your fingers over towards your left foot. Hold on to your left foot or your left leg and raise your left arm up to the ceiling. See if your gaze can follow it. Another nice little twist. Press into your sitting bones. Do not lose your balance. Exhale, bring that left hand down, nice and slowly, and walk your fingers over to the right foot, whether it's the right foot or the right shin, grabbing onto the right foot with your left hand and extending the right arm up towards the ceiling, looking up at your right hand. Just breathe here. Work with your breath. So you can get that little bit extra air on the inhales and the exhales. As you move deeper into the pose, you relax in the pose. Exhale, bring your right hand down and walk your fingers back to center. Press your sitting bones away, gaze up towards the front of your mat. Flat back, maybe your hands are on your shins. Whatever a flat back means to you. Press your sitting bones back though. Inhale, coming all the way up. Draw your knees back together. Inhale, extend your arms up to the ceiling. Reaching up, you took that extra little bit of air. You exhale, turn your hands away from each other and allow your hands to come behind your back. Behind your back, make a clasp with those hands. Tuck those shoulder blades closer together. Now press your hands down towards the mat and look up at the ceiling. Draw those shoulder blades closer together. Get a good opening in the front of your chest. Press into your feet, root down, stabilize on the exhale, hinge forward, bringing your chest on top of your lap, your knees. And if it's available to you, extend your hands, your clasped hands up towards the ceiling. Breathe here. With each inhale, you might find a little bit more room as you raise those hands up. Exhale, coming out of the pose, bringing your hands back down on top of your hips. And when your hands hit your hips, slowly work your way up to a seated pose, releasing the grip with your hands and shake it out. Roll your shoulders in one direction and then roll them in another direction. Time to take the strap back into our hands as we work with our feet, our legs. So we're going to place the strap on the ball of our left foot. Sit up tall, press your sitting bones down, crown of the head, lift it up towards the ceiling. On the inhale, raise that left leg off the mat, straighten it if it's available to you. You're holding on to both sides of the strap with both hands. One in one hand and the other in the other hands. Okay, the important thing here, if it's available, keep the legs straight and point the toes back towards your shoulders. Get a nice stretch in your calf. Fork your fingers up a little bit, tighten the grip. Now switch the grip over to your left hand. Both straps are in the left hand, right arm comes out to the T. See if you can bring that left leg out to a T. Let's play with it. Doesn't have to come all the way out to a T, any portion thereof. Keep in mind, for best results, if you keep your left leg straight, then it doesn't matter how far over you go. You're working it, you're opening your hips, working on your quads, get a nice stretch in your calf. And guess what? Spread your fingers on your right hand. Keep the whole body active. Inhale, bringing that left leg back in. And we're going to release the strap from the left foot, place it on the right foot. We're holding the strap with two hands, lifting and straightening the right leg, if that's available to you. Press down on your sitting bones. Point the toes in your right foot back toward your shoulders. Maybe you'll feel a little stretch in that calf. Just breathe here. Get comfortable. A little bit of time, work that calf. Now switch the strap over to the right hand. Left arm out to a T. Spread the fingers on the left hand. Now, if it's available to you, bring that right leg straight out to the T also. Important thing here is keeping the right leg straight. Doesn't matter how far over you go. We don't have any trophies or any prizes for the best pose. It's your practice. You know what's right for you. Breathe into it. Point those toes back toward your shoulders on the right foot. Breathe. Press your heel away, the right heel away. Anchor in with both sitting bones. Do not lose your balance. Inhale and bring your right foot, your right leg back in line. Releasing the left hand and releasing the strap. Time to do a little chair prayer. All right, we have a couple of options here. In chair prayer, you can bring your hands to heart center. Press down on your sitting bones, press root down in your feet. You're in a chair prayer pose. We're going to move to the left, placing the right elbow on top of the left knee. And we are in our chair prayer left. Another nice little twist. If you would like to extend your left arm, your right arm, open up. Purely optional. Inhale, stack your hands back together if they were open. And continue on back to center. Reposition. Next, inhale, press down on your sitting bones, prepare for the opposite side. Exhale, your left elbow on top of your right knee. And you're in chair prayer right. If you would like, open up your arms, dropping the left hand down towards the mat, right arm up towards the ceiling. Purely optional. Just breathe into it wherever you are. Work with your breath. Play with it. Exhale wherever you are, stacking your hands and releasing back to center. Oh, you're coming back, buddy. Good boy. All right. Okay, go ahead. Over there. Over there. Over there. Go, no, no, no. No. Bentley, hey, come on, over there. Over there, buddy. Go lie down. Go lie down. Lie down. Yeah, over there. Sorry about the, right down. Come on, down. Atta boy. Atta boy. All right. Well, that was a nice little break anyway. Let's prepare for our pigeon pose. So on the inhale, raise your left knee up towards your chest. Grab hold of your left knee with both hands. Now, release your right hand. Raise your left knee on top of your left ankle on top of your right knee if it's available to you. Now, another option you have is extending your right heel onto the mat and placing your left heel on top of your right ankle. Any way you choose is fine. Okay? So here we are in a pigeon pose, pressing our sitting bones down as we inhale and drawing the crown of the head up towards the ceiling. Our shoulders away from our ears. On the next exhale, see if you can bring your chin down towards your shin without challenging your balance. Chin to shin. Press into your sitting bones. You get a nice opening here on your hips. Wherever you are. It might be just your chin to your knee. Doesn't matter. It's a nice stretch. You're lengthening your spine. You're opening your hips. You're focusing on your breath. Breathe into it. See if we can keep another couple of breaths here. You're holding onto your left foot with your right hand and your left knee with your left hand. each breath, each exhale, you might be able to move a little deeper into the pose. You just play with it yourself, see how it works for you. Inhale, let's release out of this side. Place that left foot back down on the mat. Next inhale, bring that right knee up towards your chest. Place both hands around the right knee, assisting it going a little bit deeper in the pose. And again, you have the option of extending your left foot, the left heel onto the mat, placing your right ankle on top of your left ankle. Right, whatever works for you. So now we're going to place the right ankle on top of the left knee, holding the right foot with the left hand and the right knee with the right hand. You can feel a nice little opening here for your right hip. As you inhale, pressing down on your sitting bones, and you're drawing the crown of your head up towards the ceiling. Now we're going to exhale and bring our chin to our shin or our chest to our knee, whatever works for you. Put the crown of your head towards the front of your mat. Breathe here. Take a couple of extra breaths so we really work the opening of the hips. Also lengthening your spine as you press down on your sitting bones. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Just breathe into it. You inhale and you relax. And then you exhale, maybe you find a little extra room. Give it that little extra effort on your exhale. See if that helps you going deeper into the pose. Just breathe into it. Next inhale, we're going to release out of the pigeon pose, bringing the right foot back down. Now we're going to make some of our Coast Guard fans happy. We're going to do a little boat pose. On the inhale, raise both arms straight out in front of you. Just breathe here. Draw your shoulders back into the shoulder sockets. Spread your fingers wide. Now, on the inhale, lift your left leg up. Straighten your left leg. If you're comfortable, raise your right leg to meet your left leg, and you're in boat pose. Balancing on your sitting bones with a little assist in your chair. Just breathe into it. And this is a nice little boat pose. Exhale. Let's release out of the boat. And enough of a boat ride. Inhale your arms to cactus arms. And a nice opening in the chest. Spread your fingers wide. On the exhale, let's bring our elbows to touch if it's available to you. Inhale. Back to cactus arms. Now see if you can bring those arms or draw your shoulder blades closer together as you bring your arms, your elbows further behind your back. Inhale, let's bring those elbows together again. Raise those elbows up. Exhale, back to cactus arms. Drawing the shoulder blades closer together. Let's put our hands, make a clasp behind our head with our hands. Press down on our sitting bones. And this time we're going to exhale our right elbow to our left knee. Nice and slowly. Nice and slowly. Right elbow to left knee. Raise that left elbow up towards the ceiling. Hold the pose. Breathe into it. At any time, back away if you're in pain. If you're uncomfortable, you just breathe through it. Inhale, let's bring it back up. Right elbow back up to center. And exhale the left elbow down towards the right knee. Extend the right elbow up towards the ceiling. Breathe into it. Inhale out of the pose. We're going to do it one more time. Another extension of the right elbow to the left knee. On the exhale, the left elbow up towards the ceiling. Nice twist here. Press into both feet and your sitting bones. Inhale, coming out of the pose, preparing for the opposite side. Left elbow on the exhale to the right knee. Right elbow up towards the ceiling. Inhale, coming back to center. Releasing the grip with your hands. Bringing both hands on up to the ceiling and look up at your hands. Going to move into a little cat-cow. So you place your exhale and bring your hands on top of your knees or anchor into your chair. Inhale, gaze up, chest, belly expand. They sway back. Exhale into your cat pose. Inhale into your cow pose. Try and get that extra gulp of air. And exhale into your cat pose. Get rid of that extra air. You play with that little extra inhale and exhale. It'll surely help you get rid of the stale air and get more fresh air into the body. All right, let's shake it out for a minute. Oh, mackerel time flies. I think we'll do a little bit of our warrior poses before we turn this over to our final resting pose. So let's see if we can adjust our right leg to the right side, our left leg to the left side as we move into warrior one, raising both arms all the way up to the ceiling, reaching up, getting that extra gulp of air, and breathe here. The Marines, you're holding on to the globe, the famous globe, the Marine Corps pose. Exhale into your warrior two. So your arms are out to a T. You're looking out over your right hand. Let's flip that right hand so it's now facing the ceiling and raise the right hand on up to the ceiling. Left hand anchors into our seat. Reach up all the way up if it's available to you. See if you bring that right hand to the back toward your left leg. Just breathe here. Good stretch again. A little intense stretch. Exhale out of the pose. Coming back to a seated staff pose. And we're going to adjust to the opposite side. So we'll extend the left foot or the left leg out on the left side of the chair. The right leg goes to the back. Inhale, arms all the way up to the ceiling. We're in warrior one. Press your sitting bones down and reach up. Use that extra gulp of air to get the extra, lift your lungs, your ribs, your diaphragm. Reach it up as you're finding extra room now. Breathe here. Each inhale, try to reach a little higher up, lifting your ribs up, lifting your diaphragm up. Exhale now, and we're going to open up into your warrior two. Right arm goes, or your arms go out to a T. You're looking out over your left hand. Good strong warrior two pose. Fingers are spread wide, arms facing down. Let's flip the left palm up towards the ceiling as we reverse our warrior, bringing our left hand all the way up, using our right hand to anchor into the chair, into our seat. Raise that left hand all the way up. Each inhale, you'll find a little extra room. Now bring it all the way over if it's available to you, towards your right side, all the way back. Good opening, good stretch on the left side of the body. Breathe into it. On the next inhale, we're going to release, and come back to your seated staff pose. Shake it out. Shake it out. I think we could do one more cat-cow. One more series of cat-cow before we relax back to a resting pose. So inhale, gaze up at the ceiling. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Nice. Sway back. Exhale into your cat pose. Bring your chin to your chest and your belly button to spine. Go for that extra gulp of air. Inhale. And then we get another gulp of air as we look up at the ceiling. Exhale into your cat pose. Go ahead, push that extra bit of air out. Inhale. Cow pose. Exhale into your cat pose. Back to seated. We'll move into our final resting pose. So if you would like to lay on your mat, please do so. Make your back comfortable. Adjust your shoulders, your hands alongside your hips, palms facing up, eyes open, eyes closed. If you're sitting in your seat, press your back against your chair, the back of the chair. Hands alongside your hips, palms facing forward, eyes open, eyes closed, your choice. And focus on your breath. Just draw your attention to your breath. Just allow it to flow softly and quietly. and watch it without trying to change it. Feel the flowing of your breath in your nostrils. Visualize it as it goes down, the air goes down your throat and into your lungs. Just as easily as the air comes into your body, let it flow out. Let it flow effortlessly. Just allow your mind to become completely absorbed in the flowing of your breath. Whenever your mind wanders away, just gently bring it back to following your breath. Just keep coming back to your breath. Whenever your mind wanders away, just gently bring it back to the rhythmic flowing of your breath. Maybe you notice at the peaks of your inhale, there's a little pause before you move into the exhale. Feeling of openness, spaciousness in your mind. Just let it flow, breath flow. Maybe you notice that simple pause, the same simple pause when you exhale, when you finish, fill up, when you finish exhaling. It's a little pause before you begin your inhale. Just enjoy it. It's a natural quieting of the mind. Slowly start to wake yourself up by wiggling your fingers and your toes. Now wiggle your wrists and your ankles. If you're lying on the mat, bring your knees into your chest, or you could stay lying on your mat and rock side to side. Eventually coming up to a seated staff pose, whatever's comfortable for you. I want to thank you for showing up and allowing me to guide you through this class. It's always an honor and a pleasure, which I truly treasure. And as we bring our hands to heart center, the light in me sees and acknowledges the light in each and every one of you. And when we bring that light together, we produce peace and harmony throughout the universe. Namaste.
Thank you, Jim.
You're welcome, Barbara.